Samsung's foldable series represents a whole new class of flagship devices. Not only do they have the unique Galaxy S series chipset and blazing fast storage, but they also feature state-of-the-art technology specifically designed for foldable screens, along with innovative software solutions to ensure you make the most of that extra screen real estate. Many of the motivations to upgrade this year are around displays. The next step will be to reduce the amount of bezel surrounding the display. And I do have a photo here that I downloaded. We have some leaks. This is the Z Fold 6 with one of Samsung's approved grippy cases. The cover screen has a reduced bezel than the Z Fold 5. Of course, we know they are modifying the aspect ratio as well. Overall, the gadget will be somewhat broader and shorter. However, it is 3mm wider than the Z Fold 5. So if you look at this, you'll note that the Z Fold 5 has a big bezel around its face. So this is an enhancement in that regard. You can tell when you put them side by side, and the breadth will matter more in practice than it does on paper. 3mm may not appear to be much on paper, but it will feel much larger in your palm. It appears like Samsung is ready to cave under the strain, and the Galaxy Z Fold 6 will have a 20:9 exterior display, much like a conventional smartphone, rather than the Z Fold 5's tall, thin 23:9 aspect ratio. The Z Fold 6 will also be slimmer and lighter to compete with the Pixel Fold and Honor Magic B. But wait, there's more. Similar to how the S Pen cover for the Z Fold 5 includes a minimalistic slot for its very thin S Pen, the Z Fold 6 will have the same slot built right into its chassis. We are not persuaded. However, it appears that Samsung has been flirting with the notion of an integrated S Pen for quite some time, so we wouldn't be shocked if something similar was discussed during brainstorming sessions. Okay, what do we know for sure? At the very least, an IPX8 water-resistant grade should be considered. The Z Fold 5 already has that, and we doubt Samsung would want to remove ingress protection on a premium phone. More likely, we may see more dust and particle protection. The last option is One UI 6.1.1. We've heard a lot of positive things about One UI 6.1.1, and Samsung continues to provide the finest software experience for foldable. Many leaders, like as Ice Universe, have stated that the Fold will have certain special AI functions, maybe including S Pen features, upon launch. Now, those will most likely trickle down to the Fold 5. But then again, if you are a cutting-edge type of person who wants to constantly have the newest and best, you will receive it around a month or 2 months earlier than Fold 5 users. You'll be able to use those capabilities straight away, which is always a plus if you're into technology as a pastime. Now, I'd like to remind you that many of the features coming to One UI 6.1.1 will be AI-based. So if that's not your thing, you might want to think about it while buying this, but you'll also receive more software support. You will receive a year more official software support for One UI major upgrades than those on the Z Fold 5. We expect the Galaxy Z Fold 6 packaging to contain merely a USB-C data cord, the phone, and generic information booklets. There will be no charger, and most likely, no case to accompany the pricey phone unless you purchase one yourself. The same is true for the Galaxy Z Fold 5's packaging contents. There is no reason to expect that Samsung will upgrade or significantly change the display technology that powers the new foldable panels. The AMOLED panels are already at their peak brightness, so we may see a few more nits of extra peak brightness, but we can anticipate the same picture quality, color, and clarity as the Galaxy Z Fold 6 and Z Fold 5. As noted in the design section, aspect ratios may vary. One of the main criticisms about the Z Fold 5 and preceding Fold versions was the exterior screen. Too small for multiple thumb typing and too tall to operate with one hand. Some users learned to use it, while others avoided the Fold because of it. Samsung was keen about maintaining it this way because the business thought that the exterior screen should be easy to tap on with a single thumb, and that the primary display should be used whenever the Z Fold was held in 2 hands. Well, the competition arrived and was well embraced by people who were too hesitant to test out foldable devices. Expect Samsung to trend towards the aspect ratio and screen sizes that users like. We expect the phones to be unlocked via a fingerprint reader incorporated in the power button, as has been the case with the original Z Fold. Samsung has deepened its cooperation with Qualcomm in recent years, and the top Snapdragon chipsets are now available in a made-for-Galaxy variant. This implies that they are significantly overclocked compared to the ordinary Snapdragons seen in other Android phones, And reportedly, the data gained from this collaboration helps Samsung to better build thermals around those strong CPUs. The Z Fold 5 is powered by last year's Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 made for Galaxy. Still an excellent, efficient, and powerful mobile chip. The Z Fold 6 is likely to be equipped with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 made for Galaxy. We've previously worked with that chip. It's in the Galaxy S24 phones. It's a minor upgrade over the Gen 2 model, but the Z Fold 5 is still a highly competent smartphone that shouldn't be underestimated just yet. In terms of software, the Z Fold 6 will undoubtedly include some further One UI enhancements, although these usually make their way back to prior versions fairly quickly. The Z Fold 6 may potentially include a 7-year software upgrade guarantee, something Samsung announced for the Galaxy S24 series. The Z Fold 5 was released with a guarantee of 4 Android upgrades and 5 years of software maintenance, meaning it will reach end of service around 3 years before the planned Z Fold 6. Samsung has been very content to divide its flagship phones into 2 categories. The Galaxy S Ultra devices are often referred to as camera smartphones, while the Z Fold series are referred to as productivity smartphones. However, competitors are adding their finest cameras to their foldables, and the Z Fold series is gradually getting criticism for not doing so. Don't get me wrong, the Galaxy Z Fold 5 camera isn't horrible, but it's not as sophisticated as the S23 or S24 Ultra cameras. Of course, we'll have an ultra-wide lens and a telephoto lens on the back. The zoom should be around 3x, similar to the Z Fold 5. Z Fold phones often include 2 selfie cameras, one on the exterior display and one buried behind active pixels on the main internal panel. We're not great lovers of the internal one. It's adequate for video chats at best, but it might benefit from a minor upgrade in quality. Let's see whether the Z Fold 6 delivers. The Z Fold 5 offers superb audio, with a stereo pair of drivers capable of producing a far broader soundscape than the S24 Ultra speakers. It has a beautiful depth, a glitter in the highs, and a loudness that is adequate for listening to music, like a little Bluetooth speaker that happens to sound well. We fully expect the Galaxy Z Fold 6 to follow this pattern, maybe with minor volume improvements. As for haptics, they already work rather well. Any little changes in the field would be appreciated, but not required. The Galaxy Z Fold 6's battery will only be slightly larger than the previous model, increasing to 4,600 mAh from 4,400. It's too early to say if this will have any effect on battery life after all. The way the new Snapdragon is adjusted, as well as the brightness of the displays, are important factors. If we had to estimate, we'd anticipate the Z Fold 6's battery life to be around the same as the Z Fold 5, with around 9 hours of web surfing being the average. Samsung isn't keen to join the rapid charging competition, and it appears that the Z Fold 6 will continue to absorb up to 25 watts of electricity for a fairly consistent charge. In fact, wireless and reverse wireless charging are virtually assured. Okay, so here is all we know so far regarding the specifications, either leaked or deduced. Right now, it appears that the Z Fold 6 will be another incremental improvement. Kind of safe, not wild enough to lure Z Fold 5 owners, but excellent enough to attract people wishing to upgrade from an earlier phone, or those who are just getting started with foldables. Will the Galaxy Z Fold 6 be better than the Z Fold 5? Of all, it's an extra year of development and technological advancement. Will the difference be enormous? We cannot see it right now. Has the processor changed? Not a major deal. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 remains a good processor. What about the enhanced camera? That would be good, but most people purchased a Z Fold for reasons other than the camera. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more tech news. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.